Zgodba Banske Štijevnice sega 20 milijonov v preteklost. Takrat je bil na tem mestu vulkan, visok 4 kilometre v višini današnje gore Matterhorn. Ko se je ohladil, se je njegov vrh sesedel sam vase, kasneje pa se je zgodil še en manjši izbruh, nastal je tale hrib, kjer je danes Bansko-Štijevnička kalvarija. Vulkanski izbruh je bistveno vplival na gospodarski razvoj Banske Štijevnice v zadnjih 1000 letih. S seboj je namreč prinesel ogromne količine srebra in zlata. Pred več kot 2000 leti so jih prvi odkrili Kelti. Organizirano so kopali rudo zadnjih 1000 let. V tem času so izkopali kar 250 ton zlata in kar več kot 4 milijone ton srebra. Pod površjem Banske Štijevnice se razprostirajo rudniški rovi na več kot 100 kvadratnih kilometrih. Marija Terezija je močno zaslužna za današnjo podobo Banske Štijevnice. V času svojega vladanja si je močno prizadevala za ponovni vzpon katolištva. Zato je jezuitom v Banski Štijevnici naročila, naj na tem hribčku zgradijo kalvarijo, ki jim bo pomoč pri krepitvi katolištva.
Our Calvary was built in the mid-18th century and it was built in a very rich period of this region and the town. It was working for Catholics, it was useful for the next 200 years with many celebrations and many big mass activities. But during the communist period in 1951 the Calvary project was stopped. Everything was forbidden or forgotten later on. And devastation started. The devastation was also during the Second War, so the situation after the war and during communism was problematic because of the natural conditions. It's very rough weather on the hill, and the chapels being also devastated by vandals. The question was how to provide the Calvary complex for the next future, because the tradition of the big events finished. And it was built in the situation where there was about 10,000–15,000 Catholics in the region, in the town. But now reality is that we have maybe 1,000 Catholics active. So next 20 years was quite big devastation. And in the year of 2006 we started reconstruction. In a few years we received a big help from supporters, and the whole process of reconstruction took 11–12 years. It's a never-ending process, but the general reconstruction was about these 11 years, and it took about 4 million euro. We spent the money mostly on the restoration of fresks and the statues and the artistic artifacts. There was a lot of volunteers working. We have about 5,000 people during these years that came to help. It was a long story about reconstruction of the technical problems, artistic problems. 3 of the chapels being moved during the communism to different places. The last years we are facing to the problem of the very big number of visitors. There was no idea when we started with 10–20,000 visitors that in these years before Corona, Calvary complex visited more than 100,000 people. So next step was to prepare the information center where people can park, people can have a toilet, people can have a restaurant, people can have a museum. And we built this information center 5 years ago. Now we have a plan to make it bigger, because people are more and more, and we want to have a bigger museum, because now we have a deposit of originals on different places in the town, and the plan is to bring it back to have it in the same place.
Prav tako kot v Šmarju nas do tako imenovane spodnje cerkve pripelje ravna strma pot, ki vodi mimo 3 kapel uvodnega razmišljanja o Jezusovo trpljenje. Tako imenovana spodnja cerkev pa je sestavljena iz 3 kapel. Sredinska je posvečena zadnji večerji, desno od nje je kapela srca Jezusovega, leva pa je posvečena žalostni Materi Božji. Tako kot Kalvarija v Šmarju pri Jelšah ima tudi banskoštevniška Kalvarija Svete Stopnice. Le da so te precej obsežnejše, saj imajo ob straneh 2 stopnišči za sestop. Trenutno v tej kapeli potekajo restavratorska dela na freskah. Prispeli smo na najvišji vrh banskoštevniške Kalvarije. To je tako imenovana Zgornja cerkev. V tej kapeli je prikazano križanje. Ta kapela je bila v zadnjih spopadih 2. svetovne vojne najbolj prizadeta. Za kalvarijsko kapelo je Božji grob. Trenutno je ta kapela v popolni prenovi. Kalvarijski sklad, ki na najrazličnejše načine zbira sredstva za prenovo Kalvarije, je ubral tudi čisto posebno in zanimivo pot. Potencialnim donatorjem je ponudil kapele v posvojitev. To pomeni, da posvojitelj posamezne kapele letno nameni določeno vsoto denarja za njeno obnovo. Kalvarija v Banski Štiavnici je mnogo večja od naše v Šmarju pri Jelšah. Obsega namreč kar 25 kapel. Po uvodnih 3 se ustavimo pri spodnji cerkvi, nato pa nadaljujemo pot po levi strani hriba, kjer lahko vidimo prizore Jezusovega trpljenja. Na vrhu, ko vzpon zaključimo pri zgornji cerkvi, se stopimo s hriba po njegovi desni strani. Tam vidimo prizore Jezusovega otroštva in Marije 7 žalosti. Za zadnja 2 sklopa prizorov so se avtorji odločili za to, da je pot videti lepa simetrična. Obe poti pa se srečata na 2 mestih, spodaj pri Svetih Stopnicah in tukaj pri kapeli Jezusov ječi. Čeprav Kalvarijo obnavljajo že vrsto let, pa še niso izdelali kopij lesenih reliefov. Trenutno so v večini kapel natisnjene fotografije originalov. Originalne lesene reliefne upodobitve Jezusovega trpljenja pa so shranjene v azilu, tukaj na Starem gradu, ki ima dominanten položaj nad mestom Banska Štiavnica. Zdaj smo v razstavni dvorani, kjer imajo tukaj v Banski Štiavnici shranjene lesene, reliefne upodobitve Jezusovega trpljenja, Jezusovega otroštva in tudi Marijinega življenja. Tukaj čakajo na postavitev in izgradnjo novega muzeja, ki bo tudi tukaj na vznožju Kalvarije. Žal niso ohranjene vse reliefne upodobitve. Nekaj jih je bilo ukradenih, nekatere med njimi pa so s pomočjo policije tudi izsledili, kot na primer tele 3 skulpture, ki jih je v želji, da bi jih rešila, vzela neka gospa in jih je pač žal napačno prebarvala. Avtorji vseh lesenih reliefov so bili domačini iz Banske Štiavnice, avtor tegale pa je bil Italijan Dionis Staneti. Gre za prizor Jezusovega slovesa od Marije.
Town, municipality Banska Štiavnica, it's a mining town, and for 2000 years the mining was the #1 business, which is now the past. There's still one mine working, but it's a very small mine. So people are trying to find a new job, but there's a small problem that we are not in a normal system of the roads in Slovakia, because we are in the crater of volcano. So it's very far or very complicated to get anywhere. So the only local businesses can survive here. For example, the town used to have 20, 25, 30,000 inhabitants in the 17th, 18th century. Now it's less than 10,000 because people are leaving, there's no job.
Rudarstvo je tu najbolj cvetelo v času baroka, ko so v številnih rudnikih rudo zlata in srebra kopali kar na 800 metrih pod zemeljskim površjem. Marija Terezija pa je tedaj ustanovila prvo univerzo na svetu za rudarstvo in gozdarstvo. Medtem ko je še v času komunizma rudarstvo v Banski Štiavnici še zelo cvetelo, pa je danes odprt samo še en rudnik, v katerem kopljejo rudo samo še 80 rudarjev. Namesto nekdanje univerze pa je danes srednja šola.
Future of the town, of the region, is tourism. It's very nice, protected, preserved historical center. It's a part of UNESCO now, and the Kalvary becomes be a part of presentation of the town, the region for tourists, for the public, and at the moment it's absolutely number one as for visibility, as for the visitors of the region. So it brings people, and it brings also probably the chances for people, for the staff to work in the touristic business. And also what is important, we refreshed, we renewed the tradition of pilgrims. At the end of the communism there was just one pilgrimage per year. Year before Corona we had about 30 masses and maybe 50 pilgrimages in that year. So I'm very happy that both these activities for the public, for tourists and for the liturgic life are coming back.
Med kalvarijama v Banski Štiavnici in Šmarju pri Jelšah je veliko razlik, pa tudi veliko podobnosti. Medtem ko je kalvarija v Banski Štiavnici večja in mogočnejša, ponuja šmarska kalvarija veliko boljše ikonografske rešitve. In medtem ko je kalvarija v Banski Štiavnici zrasla ob robu srebrno-zlatega mesta, je kalvarija v Šmarju pri Jelšah sad dela iznajdljivega župnika in predanosti lokalnega prebivalstva.